It has been a full year since we bought our GMC Canyon AT4X, and Andre still can't decide if it's orange or yellow. What do you think, Kase?
It's orange.
It's orange. Well, pumpkin, as we call it, is now being traded in on something new. And we're really excited about this one because Kase behind the camera has been jonesing for one of these vehicles for like the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's true, and it is a little sad to say goodbye to this Canyon because it's been a really good truck overall, especially off-road. I think that these trucks are very underrated in their rock crawling capability. It's one of, if not the best factory rock crawling mid-sized trucks you could buy.
Definitely.
But the vehicle that we're buying to replace it is cooler.
It's no less capable, we'll put it to you that way. Now, this is a vehicle that just came out. We're not the first, but we're certainly one of the first to take delivery of it. And it's something I think a lot of you guys will be on board with. That's right, we just bought a new Jeep Wrangler, but not just any Jeep Wrangler, because Kase, we've owned a few JLs. This one's a little bit special.
Yeah, 100%. This Jeep's got something going on that makes it more exciting to drive than the average, even though Tommy is a massive Pentastar enthusiast.
This is the brand new Jeep Wrangler Willys 392. So Jeep's been up to something really interesting. They're doing a 12 for 12 drop where every month they come out with a new special version of the Wrangler. And this is one of the recent ones. This is the quote, cheap 392 Wrangler. One of the worst days of any vehicle experience is when you have to either sell it or turn it back in. I know a lot of you guys out there lease your new cars and trucks, and it can be such a sad day when you have to return it. And let's say you just don't want to return it. Well, that's where today's sponsor, Lease End, comes in. Has this ever happened to you? You go out and lease a car, and then you fall in love with it. You maintain it, you baby it, or maybe you just blow past your mileage limits, and now you want to hold on to it. So you head to the dealership to buy out the car at the end of the lease, and then the hassle begins. High pressure tactics to lease another new car, or mysterious paperwork and dealer fees tacked on to your buyout price. Hours and hours of time wasted. It's enough to make you question whether or not you even want the car at all. Well, say hello to LeaseEnd, a brilliant one-stop online service that handles everything within minutes. Financing, registration, sales tax, you only pay the buyout price listed on your lease agreement and not a penny more. And even better than that, you don't even need to step foot in the dealership. So if you've fallen in love with your leased vehicle and you want to keep it, check out LeaseEnd. Do your sanity a favor, go to leaseend.com or use the link in the description below and say goodbye to the dealership. Typically, as it's been for a bunch of years, the 392s have been unbelievably expensive, $80, $90, even over $100,000 for some of them.
Yeah, so you would be spending in excess sometimes of 6 figures to have a V8 in a Wrangler, which admittedly made the Wrangler feel very special.
And this one is quite a bit less, and we'll tell you at the end how much it costs, because it's an interesting story. But Kase, I'm gonna take the camera from you and give us a walk around of this Jeep, because we went bold with the color.
Yeah, the color is the first thing that you notice. I don't know how much is gonna come through on camera, but this Jeep is gold. And not gold in the Lexus that your grandma drives, kind of champagne, silvery gold sense. This is, as Roman put it, gold brick colored, so it is very bright, very in your face, but that is fitting for what this Jeep is, because a 392 Wrangler is not meant to be subtle whatsoever. This color, certainly not subtle. What's interesting is we thought that this was kind of a new color, but Roman actually found a JK Wrangler that at least looks like it's a very similar color. So 2014, so they may have had some kind of variation of this in the past, but certainly not with a V8 under the hood.
Yeah, I mean, this color is new to JL. I think it's called Goldilocks is the official color code. And in some lights, it definitely looks very yellow. In other lights, it looks very gold. I kind of describe this as like, you know, you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want a gold coin.
Yes.
And it's like a very exaggerated, like bright gold. That's what this looks like.
It is, it's very gold, but because this Jeep is still a Willys, It's a little simpler in some other ways. So for example, we do have the hardtop. You can get one of these with a soft top in the most basic version.
So that's the one I really wanted, because I wanted to keep it as cheap as possible, but I was informed when we went to order it that they're only building the hardtop ones right now. So there is like, in the launch color, it came out with like a tan soft top is how they revealed it.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool. We ended up going with the 3-piece black hardtop.
Yeah, so it's not body color matched. So it is still a little bit simpler, but this soft top would be cool. I don't know. You're the big Jeep guy. So I could see you maybe wanting to be a little different and go soft top.
But this is a more practical option, certainly, and it's going to help with resale. We're here at Johnson's Auto Plaza where we bought this Jeep in Brighton, Colorado.
Yeah.
And I know the vast majority of Jeeps they sell here, people want the hard tops because it's more practical. You get more security, weatherproofing. Oh, Kase.
This is pretty cool. It's our little plaque here on the tailgate that shows you this is a Willys 392. We've got some of the engine specs right here. 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, and this cool little somewhat of a schematic.
Oh, that's cool.
The engine internals. So that is a pretty neat little feature. We've got some of the gold on the roll bar right there on the inside.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, there's some nice things on this thing. Now, it's a little bit unusual. You know, when they launched the 392, that must have been 5 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Something like that. There were certain features it had to differentiate it from the V6. So like they had gold painted or bronze painted tow hooks. These are actually back to black.
They are.
On this 392. You do have the quad exhaust. One of them's looking a little droopy. But,
yeah.
But you know, we're gonna run it over some rocks. So we'll make the other side equally as droopy.
That's true. If we drag it on a rock, it'll be right where it needs to be.
We've got a little 2-inch receiver here. I think it's a 2-inch, or is it a 2.5 Case?
No, that's a 2-inch.
A little 2-inch there. And then coming along the side here, the 392 Willys does come from the factory with the Extreme Recon package.
So we have 35s. Interestingly, they are KO2s. They're not KO3s.
Yep.
But still, plenty of tire, and it's going to be great for the first time we get this on a trail, which is going to be very soon. We're really not going to delay much on that. Rocker protection from the factory, which is always good. Of course, this being a Willys, as we can show on the interior, has a rear locker only, no front locker. If you want the front locker, you can get a 392 Moab, which is also less expensive than the 392 Rubicons were. I think that the Moab is around 80,000. So that's
there's a
already
little teaser. We know this is less than 80, which
Yes.
is good news. You also don't get the front sway bar disconnect if you go for the Willys. So it's rear locker, no disconnect in the front. Of course, you could manually disconnect it, which we'll probably end up doing. But you do get the steel bumper group, which is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then of course, because it's 392, we have this hood and 392 badges, and we might as well pop the hood and look at what makes this really magical.
Now, of course, in the Jeep, the JL's had a bunch of different engine options, from the 2-liter to the 3.6. There was a diesel for a while, there was the PHEV, but this is the one you want, the 6.4,
Yes.
470, 470. Ooh, that's a crazy hood Case, the Hydro Guide hood,
I know.
which kind of prevents water intrusion, but also allows air. You get these weird little flaps and these crazy things, and it means the hood's pretty heavy, right?
The hood is pretty heavy, and no struts, you just got a metal prop rod, but the hood scoop on this is functional, which I like. So you're getting all that extra air to this big 392 and some cool accents on the covers over the valve covers over the motor. So it's obviously dressed up in plastic, but still pretty cool to look at. It says 392 has those little gold accents. And I think those accents on these 392 Willys, regardless of what exterior color you get, accents under the hood like this, I believe, are gold.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of nice that ours matches the exterior color. It makes it look that much more intentional.
All right, Case, I'm gonna give you the camera. Let's go see what we got kicking around on the inside of this thing. So, LED lighting group on the outside too. So you notice we got full LED lights, which is quite nice to have. Inside, pretty standard Wrangler stuff. We're gonna start it up for one of the first times.
Yes.
Let me know when you're ready, my friend.
I'm at the back. Let's hear it.
way, we only have 37 miles on the clock, so we'll go a little gentle on it, but that's really why you buy the 6.4.
100%. Like that sound coming out of a Jeep Wrangler just makes this vehicle feel so special.
Now it says very blatantly on the screen, do not exceed 10 kilograms.
I think you do exceed 10 kilograms.
I think I do, but we're gonna try to pull this off on camera. Oh,
ooh,
crispy. And we got Springsteen going, Case.
Just feels right, doesn't it?
Things are looking up for us today. So even though this is the basic one, it still comes really nicely equipped. Do you have power seats on that side?
Yeah, we do. So power, and they're not cloth. So it's a nicer seat.
Yep, that's right. And it also has heated seats, heated steering wheel. All Wranglers now come with the big Uconnect 5-inch screen, so this is actually standard across the board. But we do have the 7-inch screen here in front of the driver, which is very cool. I do actually like that it still has the physical gauges.
Analog gauges, yeah, I like that better as well.
That looks good. Paddle shifters on the stitched leather wrap steering wheel. This is the 392 wheel, so you've got bolstering. Standard adaptive cruise control, which is a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. We talked about heated seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone auto climate. It's got the button here to quiet down the exhaust if you're lame. When I'm driving that thing will be off all the time.
Oh, 100%. You're a big, loudest possible guy.
That's right, exactly. And then down here, a couple of other things worth noting. Of course, full power windows, USB A and C port. It's got the 4 auxiliary switches down here.
Yeah, you also see there, rear only on the locker, and no sway bar disconnect. But we do have the auto setting for the transfer case.
Yeah, so this is standard, so no part-time. So if you want to do big smoky burnouts, this is not going to be the rig for you.
It might still be able to do it.
With a chain?
Sure. You might even still be able to brake torque it, who knows.
And it's got, of course, premium sound system. We saw there's a subwoofer in the back there. So this thing is really nicely equipped. Freedom panels, you know, you can pull these off, go top off when it's not 91 degrees outside. And yeah, I mean, it's basically, as far as I can tell, it's got pretty much everything that a Moab would have in here.
Sure.
With the exception of the front locker and the sway bar disconnect, but it's got, like, from a luxury standpoint, it's got pretty much all of it.
Yeah, it's not poorly equipped in any sense. There's quite a few features here that make it a plenty comfortable daily driver.
So, Case, now for the moment we've been waiting for. I'll take the camera and have you take it for a drive.
You know, Tommy, ever since we test drove the original 392 in Moab, I've always lusted after this Jeep because, you know, V8 in a Wrangler, oh, come on. And just walking around it and hearing that thing, I am so happy right now. I'm over the moon, and I love the color. I was terrified that I would hate this color, but I actually love it.
It is pretty cool. It's definitely something you don't see every day. And Case is already getting into it. Here, dude, I'm gonna hand you this little guy.
Yeah, it's good from the moment you fire it up, because it's got a completely different personality from any typical Wrangler. As much as Tommy is a Pentastar man, this is just a entirely different experience.
Yeah, you know, sitting back here and hearing that V8 rumble, and hearing a little bit of that kind of backfire when you let off the gas, I gotta tell you, this is gonna be so much fun to wheel, and I can't wait to get this on dirt.
So, Case, does it drive like a wheelbarrow like all the Toyota people will have you believe?
You know, a little bit, and I think that's actually a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, because when you buy something like a Jeep Wrangler, you're not buying the most handling, focused, crossover kind of vehicle on the market. This has a more truck-like driving quality to it in its steering and in its ride, which to me communicates that you're driving something special. You're driving something that is fundamentally more truck-like. So I love the way that this drives. Although, I think you agree, of all of the solid axle vehicles that we've ever driven, which is, let's be honest, is, you know, most of them. Yeah. This steers and rides and handles about as well as any of them. I know Jeeps don't have that reputation because plenty of people drove their cousin's YJ Wrangler on 35s with 40-year-old tie rod ends, and they said it was really sketchy, and they think that a brand new Wrangler's like that. These vehicles, for being solid front axle, drive pretty well.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, I mean, they go down the road pretty easily, and I think the ride's actually pretty comfortable considering you're on such big rubber, and the brakes are really good and the transmission's smooth, so it's not certainly is going to be as good as like a Lexus GX, but it certainly is not a golf cart like so many people online will have you believe. This is pretty cool. It says built especially for owner Roman Mica.
I know that guy.
I know that guy too, so that's kind of fun. If you actually custom order from Jeep, it'll put that on your sticker, which I love. So we talked about it at the beginning. The Moab 392 starts at 80. Kase, what does the Willys 392 start at?
Starts around 70, but of course, if you get a couple of options, it's gonna go up from there. So what's the sticker price on ours?
So $69,995 base price. Options on ours, Goldilocks paint, $895. We got the all-weather floor mats by Mopar, those are $170. And then we had to get the 3-piece hardtop because we wanted it as soon as possible. So that was another $1,900 with destination, which is nearly $2,000, which is crazy to $2,000 to ship this thing from Toledo to Denver. But total price $74,950. And from the research that I've seen, other people that have taken delivery of these Willys 392s, they're all paying that same price. Like they're all $75.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, folks. Like that's still a fudge ton of money. There's no way that this can be considered like a value, right? Relative to any other Wrangler, but relative to the other 392s that when they launched, they were like 85. Then they went to 106 for like the final edition ones, and then they went to 80 for the Moab. It's a little bit less expensive.
Yeah, and ultimately, the average MSRP of a new car sold is around $52,000. I would say that this is 20-ish grand more special than the average car.
Dude, it's got 470 horsepower V8 and solid axles.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? So guys, full disclosure, we did get a discount from Jeep. So we ended up paying $70 for this. That was what we ended up paying out the door. And we traded in our GMC Canyon for $45. So we bought this a year ago for $57. We've lost $12,000 on it in a year, which seems like a lot of money, but that's kind of just the new car tax these days. And then we put a bunch of money down to buy the Willys 392. But I am excited for it, Kase. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, we're both very excited. Obviously, Tommy is a Jeep guy. I'm a big V8 and solid axles guy. So this is going to be an awesome machine to have around the office. It might disappear over to my house when the Micas aren't looking. So that'll be cool. And again, a big thanks to our friends over at Johnson Auto Plaza for getting this vehicle prepped for us and making this whole deal happen.
Yep, and we'll see you guys on the next one, alltfl.com. More to come soon.